Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Closet How-Tos. Today we are going to take a look at how to take your measurements. If you are looking to purchase a custom-made piece, then there are several pieces of information that you will need in order to get the best product for your money. As you can see from these charts, there are lots of data points that seamstresses and tailors can use when measuring a person. In some cases, most of these measurements aren't needed. That being said, there are a handful of measurements that are essential to making a well-fitting costume. In order to take your measurements, you will need a tape measure and a friend who can take your measurements for you. Stand with your feet a natural distance apart and face forward. Try not to watch your friend because this can cause inaccurate measurements. Let's start by taking a look at the center of the body. Your chest measurement is taken around the fullest part of your upper body. Once you have the tape measure in place, take a large breath. This will prevent the garment from becoming constrictive. Your waist measurement is meant to be taken at your natural waistline. A good way to find your natural waistline is to bend slightly to the side. Where the bend intersects is your natural waistline. It's usually just above your navel. You will be coming back to this imaginary line, so you might want to tie something there for a quick visual reference. Your hip measurement, just like your chest measurement, is taken around the fullest part of your butt. The outseam runs along the outside of the leg. Your pants already have an outseam that you can follow. Measure from the natural waistline down the leg until you reach the top of the foot, or until you reach where you wish for the hem of your pants to be. The inseam is just like the outseam, only it's on the inside of the leg. Have the person getting measured place the tape measure where they are most comfortable with the leg of their pants meeting. Then measure down to the same spot that you measured for the outseam. If you would rather not have someone measure your inseam, you could use the number provided on the inside of your pants. Just remember that this is an inaccurate measurement and should be noted in your chart. Because your arms have so many different points of movement, there are lots of measurements that can be taken from them. We will only be looking at two of these measurements, the outer sleeve and the upper arm. In order to properly measure your outer sleeve, you will need to form an acute angle at the elbow and measure from the shoulder, around the elbow, to the wrist. By bending your arm, you are ensuring that the shirt will allow for proper movement. For your upper arm measurement, pretend that you are the Hulk and raise your arm at a 90-degree angle. Measure the fullest part of the arm between the shoulder and the elbow. Just like the arms, the shoulders have two measurements that you might need. The first measures all the way across your back. Start at one shoulder joint and measure across the back to the matching shoulder joint. The second measures across your shoulder blades. Place the end of your measuring tape at the point where the arm meets the body and measure across the back to the other side. Finally, let's take a look at measuring the neckline. Rather than measuring the width of your neck, you want to make sure that the garment is going to fit comfortably. Wrap the measuring tape around the neck and then open the ring you have made until the measuring tape gently sits on the collarbone. If you are wearing a t-shirt, then there is a nice line for you to follow. And there you have it. A handful of simple but vital measurements that you should know when ordering a costume. Throughout this video, we have been creating a chart of these measurements, and you can download your own copy in the link provided. But that's all for this episode of the Nerd Closet. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want up-to-the-minute information, then like us on Facebook.